Please don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. Also click the notification bell for more Valorant highlights.
Storm. So an opportunity for him to potentially switch things up to an SMG, give that extra gun over to...
I was not going to use it for now as Demosix is trying to... FPX says, well, thank you for that one. We'll take it. Look at it.
I honestly don't understand how they've let that happen. Like, it didn't seem like they had...
They got a very thick wallet. There is a lot of dollar bills in that, but it doesn't change the matter of fact that you really want to keep...
I don't want to see Zipan play any other agent ever again. Like, it is unbelievable what he is able to achieve, but this is just raw aim. Like, sure, getting a little bit of extra health along the way is always going to be great, but dear lord, does he hit some ridiculous shots. Again, a lot of teams you'll watch, like, talk the talk, I guess you could say, Zesh. Like, they'll come out and be like, yeah, we're not going to show any respect. We're not going to, like, avoid what you're doing. But they are just holding on to all of these positions. Sure, there's been a load of clutches. Sure, there's been a swing.
30 seconds
it is a problem. I feel like that's more of...
This is where I gotta tell you, Tom, the only thing that I would find somewhat worrying, and I'll just say somewhat because it comes down to the defense of GAMBIT, is that when we take a look at the maps play in 2021 by FPX, they mostly start on attack, which you have to put in consideration for this. FPX most likely have to lift with something along the lines of a 9-3. And as you say, right, the crazy part for me right here is how much time they have wasted on the side of game, or like how much FPX was delaying them, which now, and this leads to FPX so sure if, you know, one wrong step is gonna set them in the limbo of poverty, and suddenly it's gonna be the momentum shifting, because it's still a 2-round advantage, and closer and closer. The distance is minimized now to the tie.
It must be so nice just having someone like Xiao on your team, like...
Of that CIS European team, because it looked sinister. I mean, the forecast for FPX was dark clouds and more darker clouds coming their way.
Remember off the top of my head is from Nuki that these shots from Defo just ridiculously clean. But that's what it takes. It takes a res plus some pretty ridiculous opening.
Game changer for the side of GAMBIT. Does he start off that way? Yes, that is going to be the lockdown destroyed. First frag
thing ready. Like, they had players watching for any of the aggressive pushes. They even had the screen drop down to give them the extra timing. But just that Hunter's Fury going...
Yes, here's Hunter's Fury for you.
I do wonder as well, early on in the sort of pre-show, that if you have a Sage that can just put up ridiculous numbers, it changes her from being like, okay, an agent maybe we run, to an agent that you almost have to run because you're just going to get res after res. Like, yeah, just a ghost in this. And even though they lost this round, I think the one thing I love watching about this FPX side is it's a really cool idea. Well, what they were attempting in the last...
Towards the side of A, and also they stroll towards victory, but 11-12.
Shadows very quick to find the trade, the push forward from Angel. He knows he needs to get up in the... Chose to start attack.
I think, Tom, your logic is once and for all as flawless as usual. Yes, FPX decided that...
He's going towards B and he's on A. I mean, like, he somehow manages to find himself in your spawn sometimes without you. I don't think they'll be happy in the manner of it. Like, FPX do very well to make things costly. As said, even players with a Stinger, Spectre, Pistol managing to do damage. So the purchase in the next round is probably going to be fine for the side of FPX. But I do like the way that they don't know there's a second player there.
Wild. That right picked attack is that out of all the 12 match...
You look over at other regions, for example, you look to Turkey, look to CIS, and I don't think they will have had that many matchups where they're going to have played against someone on the Ash.
Time to deny it. Demosix, those strikes, doesn't have...
More interestingly, from our perspective, though, the rotation all the way through turn things back.
But it seems like there's also someone on... His life didn't last for too long. Shadow now joined. Somewhat meager. Big investment would have come back in, but take a look at it.
I feel like production love to do play that there's going to be players on this angle. It seems like they're even going to try and run.
But this is not. He's almost not enough for now, but this is Sippan! Does he need more seconds? Definitely could make it this around, who comes around the corner more than needed. Demasix swings around his own cage, but he also sees Redgar falling in front of him. That was a frag.
I wonder if we might see a change still from Gambit.
It's about one player pushing back into their own spawn for seconds, and it definitely becomes a problem. Really, I mean, that's vigorous. That's the slowest teams in Europe when it comes down to fully stunned. They must have seen it. Angel, you're talking about it. There you go. Shadow does not. The head of the the head of Natsine, and he breaks play of Angel. That could make the difference. And yes, it does. How long is the question? There is Shados, and this also means the spike. Guys, the loss is pretty much on their side. On track off that one. 6 more seconds. Make it 5. He starts to defuse. He's not gonna fake. He's not gonna fake. Demasix falling and reviving. No, it has been the players. A lot of heavy players with where FPX are about to lose such a round. They're having all their. I was just waiting patiently. They're coming right now out of the smoke. That works. Here's the ult coming in.
A chance we can see Angel already ready to set up his guys could just wipe down the remainder. Nice shot from Nats at least. He can. I was gonna say build one before they've even realized exactly where he.
They heard that. They still make the move and Sippin. That Redgar is still with you. Demas, we're far away from being done. As Shao though takes a dashing defo. Not obtaining any control for now on ramp is a bit of a problem for GAMBIT. They are down by 2. And with this kind of aim, and with this